Coley Martin. I teach Allison for middle school. I'm teaching math and science this year, and my project is Don't Let the Heat Escape. In this project, we're going to learn about thermal energy. Now, we know energy has been a big part of our society since the 70s. You know, I'm not familiar with those. But as we look too on our test scores, we've seen energy transformation. We've seen a lot of roles where energy played a major role. And in this one, we're going to be having the students to develop a house constructed out of folders, file folders. It will consist of being 30 by 30 and I think 20 centimeters high, all in centimeters. It'll be 30 centimeters long, 30 centimeters wide, and 20 centimeters high. Now, that's going to be the standard that they're going to have to work with. And they will build their home by those. They'll have file folders, they'll have, it says use hot glue guns, but I'm going to use tape because you know how hot glue guns can happen. And we use a heat lamp that'll heat the home. And then we have these thermal where you can measure the heat that's coming from different parts of the home. This is an example here. You can see this, and you can see it in the one we have displayed. They can take the thermal energy gun and they will aim it at certain parts where they think that the energy is escaping from the home. And you know, I guess the biggest part of us was look at this part right here. In an uninsulated home, most of us thinks, how many thinks windows and doors where a lot of energy escape is? But it's uninsulated areas such as walls and roofs that we see a lot of energy escape from. So after they construct theirs, we're going to use Scotch tape, we'll use file folders, and after they construct their dimension of their home, then they can start measuring and collect data. Now in this data, they will use graphs to show what areas have the most energy loss. And they will also, at the end, they'll compile all their data and they do a presentation of their project along with a written discussion. Now, they'll be in groups, and we have great students. I mean, they just work really, really hard in groups. You give them a project, that's it. Now, one of the ways that we're going to also measure this is we'll take a picture or an image, thermal image of their project. And this picture over here will show you a representation of thermal energy that is escaping from the house or their home that they build. After they've done that, they come up with the data and everything, then they get a second trial. The second trial is they can use anything that they want to insulate to make more energy efficient. Now, when they do this, they still have to stay within that given area of 30 by 30 by 20. So they can't change the dimensions. They can change inside by putting different materials, and that's going to be up to them. The first part will be they'll have to use the materials I give them. The second part, they've got to look at different ways of insulating homes to better come up with a way of saving money. And we know that's the main part of this, because homes that are not insulated, they lose a lot of money, they lose a lot of heat. And then I have some questions that they'll be answering. I also have a handout I'll give you here in a moment. For example, my central question will be, how can we use thermal energy to show the movement of heat in a home? They have 3 objectives they'll have to meet also, so that's going to be one way to look at it. And
I think he's just talking.
basically that's it. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, I'll just let them start handouts here. Me and Miss Bentley, we do work together a lot. I don't know if her principal, but she's a real good person to work with. So, but anyway, it seems like energy has been one of those concepts that we've had problems on statewide testing.
I think it's just.
Any questions?
Did you have to purchase any special equipment like thermal imaging cameras?
Well, what we've done, we purchased file folders, we purchased the heat lamps, or the workshop lamps, you know, that's got a little clip on them. So my tables are set up where I have 4 tables, and they're going to split that, put it underneath it. And when they put their house on top of the project, then it will heat up. And then they will see by measuring the thermal guns, the thermal energy guns. I may have to purchase a probe. I don't know. I was looking because what I'm going to do is take the iPad and maybe you can. I think there's an app that when you hold it next to that home house and you take a picture of it, it will give you the thermal energy. Now I know that we can do it with the probes. The probes will look into the iPad and do that. I'm pretty sure I was looking at everything. Now I got everything in, so I can go ahead and start. Another thing is, since I teach math, I'm on angles right now, so I can incorporate this into my math.
So basically, your whole philosophy is thermal imaging, is that what it is?
Yeah, the thermal energy heat escape. How much heat escapes from the home? You know, I guess we look at around in the corners of the home, maybe around the edges of the roof. Yeah, windows. You know, that
Doorway.
Thank you. That brought up a good point here. If I look here and I see windows, you only lose 10% of your energy from windows, 15% from doors. But look up here, your roof has 25% and uninsulated walls, 35%. So most of us do think that we lose a lot of energy from windows. But today, you know, windows are more energy efficient and they work really, really well. So
It'd be amazing if you got a smoke pit, very cheap, gloves, visual is everything. If you
Yes.
can get an image, a lot of times you put a smoke pit just in the corner of your room, you'll see the smoke go out that crack. So the students will actually see like, oh my gosh, look how much is actually escaping. You can do it with a match.
well,
Just light a match and do that, and you see the smoke
yeah, I
go
can
right
see my
out.
house going up as the smoke.
The smoke pit is good. And
Yeah, and
what
you
we
can get
do is,
those.
because I'm the energy manager of 5 school districts, what we do is we want them to visually see. It's one thing with an image gun and doing something, when they see it's like, oh my gosh, you mean, that much is escaping. So it opens their eyes.
Okay, smoke pen. Another thing, since you mentioned it, I'm also going to be using it for vocational school. I'm also going to be using a vocational school to come in when they start their second design and have them to talk about how they can help insulate these. Any questions?